Hello guys, in last video we looked into how to create a simple XML object and then add child to it, and then we will save it in XML file. If we just run the shell script, we will get the XML file as is, and this is where we left with in the last video. What we want is, if I go to this file, I have to press Command Alt L in order to format it. So we are looking today to save the XML as formatted as in this way. So to do this, we will need to further extend the simple XML file. So to do this, we will need to write a method called format, and what does this method do is create a DOM object, and then we just the format output as true, and then no preserve to white space. We set it to false. So we just set those two properties and then load the XML for the DOM object from the simple XML element, and then create a new simple XML element with the XML, the formatted XML from the DOM. And to do this, we will need to go to the shell script, and then rather than just save XML, we will need to do format and then save XML, because this will return a new instance of the same object, and this will save it as formatted, but this is people. So if we just remove this file and then run the script again, we will get a formatted XML file. So if we save it to prove the concept, if we say people2 and then run it, we will get people2 here, and it's formatted. So this is the way how you format a file, but the problem, there's an issue with this one. If you to run this very often on a script, to run every like a period of time, and there's a large XML files to be saved, this will be very slow, because you have an object, you created it here, and then this object will create, you create it here, this is the parent, and then you create many objects. We don't need to worry about these. And now what you do here, once you say people format, you get rid of this object, because this is not used anymore, because in the format you will create DOM document object and then set its properties, load the XML from the people, and then return a new instance. So you can see how many objects are involved in here. The original object, which is simple XML element, and then you created a new object here, and then you created a third object as a new self, because you return a new simple XML file. So the original object, and then this object, and the third object is the new self. We need to know about whether this is feasible for us or not. If this simple XML files or simple XML strings to be saved into file, and it doesn't require like a lot of jobs into creating too many XML files, that's fine if it is simple. But if it is complex and it runs very often, then you might need to save time, or even you save it as a raw data without formatting, because you don't need to do formatting once you save XML, unless you want to make it readable for a human. If you want to make it readable for a human, then that's fine, you can do this. But I think doing it from the tools like the PHP Storm here, if we run the script again and you have it unformatted, but then the PHP Storm will format it for you, then that's fine. You don't need to do this, because this will take a lot more time than it's deserved to. But there is also, we can get rid of the creating a new self, returning a new self to format, and just save a formatted. So to save a formatted is just the same method you can create, and this could be save formatted XML, and rather than returning a new self, you just save it on the DOM, and this will be run as where is this script, save formatted, and then if you put it people3 and then we run the shell, then the people3 will be formatted as well. This will end at this point. So you only have two objects, the original object and then you create a new DOM. So you're not returning, you're not creating a new object here. So these are the two ways you can format XML file when you save them. If you want to make them as a human readable, but if they don't need to be human readable and these files are sent or be read by other programs, then they don't need to be formatted. However, these are the two methods you can use to save any XML with the formatted. Here we can do a bit of refactoring. We have duplicate lines here and we have duplicate lines here and then we have duplicate line here. So we can extract this into own methods. So we can just copy it and we can have private maybe function new DOM document, and this will be have it as DOM document, and then put these lines here and return DOM. And here we can just DOM this new DOM document, and here will be the same this new DOM document. So we're not repeating ourselves here, so we can have this as a reusable because we use it in here and there. Now if we go to the script and then we just say format just to test it, save format, save XML, and we put it like people1, run the shell script. We need to see people1, it works fine, so we just delete everything here. We need to delete the people XML as well, and then we can have people, save formatted XML, and we say people2.xml. Now we run it again, we will have people1 formatted and people formatted, and probably we just have another one called here save XML with that formatting, so this will not format the file, and then we just call it people0. Run it again, so people0 is not formatted, people1 formatted, people2 is formatted. And this is how you can format the XML file while saving it into a file, and it depends on your need. If it is a machine readable, then you don't need to format it and you can save time. But if you want people to read it, then you can use one of these methods, and that's all to it. Please like and subscribe if you like the video, and I'll see you next time.